I never much cared for the graveyard shift, but it paid the bills. Most nights at the old manufacturing plant were quiet. Miles of empty warehouses, the rhythmic hum of dormant machinery. It was monotonous, sure, but predictable. I was a security guard, alone from midnight to 8. My only company, the droning fluorescent lights and my thermos of lukewarm coffee. The plant was huge, and my patrol route took me through several buildings. My least favorite was Warehouse 7, a sprawling, echoing structure at the very edge of the property. It backed onto an old, overgrown service road that hadn't been used in years, leading out to what was essentially a dead-end country lane. Management kept promising to tear it down, but it just sat there, dark and dusty. One Tuesday night, about 3 a.m., I was doing my rounds. As I approached Warehouse 7, I noticed something odd. The motion sensor light on the exterior, facing the abandoned road, was on. That light never came on. There was no reason for it. Wildlife, maybe? I tried to tell myself it was a raccoon or a stray cat. I checked my monitor, but the camera feed for that section was notoriously unreliable. A grainy, flickering mess that mostly showed static. Great. My heart started to pick up a little. I gripped my flashlight tighter and pushed open the heavy steel door to Warehouse 7. The air inside was thick and cold, smelling of damp concrete and disuse. My boots echoed unnaturally as I walked. I reached the back wall where a small emergency exit led directly out to that forgotten service road. The light outside was still on, casting long, dancing shadows of unseen branches. I pressed my ear against the cold metal door, straining to hear anything over the thrumming silence of the plant. That's when I heard it. A faint scratch, scratch, scratch sound. It wasn't loud, almost like fingernails lightly dragging across concrete. It seemed to be coming from just outside the door. My stomach dropped. Raccoons don't scratch like that. I hesitated, flashlight beam trembling slightly. My rational mind was screaming, "Ignore it, it's nothing." But my gut was doing flips. I decided to be thorough. Slowly, I unlatched the deadbolt, my hand shaking as I turned the handle. The moment I cracked the door open a sliver, the light outside snapped off. I froze. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my ears. I quickly slammed the door shut, relatching it and fumbling with my radio. "Control, this is Mike. I've got a motion sensor alert at Warehouse 7, external, and I think I heard something." The static crackled. "Copy that, Mike. Perimeter check. Visual confirmation needed. All clear?" "Negative. Not all clear," I whispered, my voice barely audible. The light went out when I tried to look. There was a pause. "Understood, Mike. Proceed with caution. Keep me updated." Great. Just me. I decided to circle around the inside of the building, keeping my distance from that door, and look out one of the grimy windows that overlooked the road. It took me a few minutes to get to the opposite end. Peering through the dust-caked glass, I could see the abandoned road shrouded in near total darkness. The motion light was still off. But then I saw it. A faint, almost imperceptible shadow, much too large to be an animal, moved from behind a cluster of overgrown bushes near the road's edge. It seemed to be watching the emergency exit door. My emergency exit door. I pulled back from the window, my breath catching in my throat. This wasn't a kid messing around. This felt colder, more deliberate. I felt a primal fear grip me. Whatever was out there, it knew I was in here. For the rest of my shift, I didn't go near Warehouse 7. I stayed in the main office, watching the security feeds, trying to convince myself I'd imagined the shadow, the scratching. But I knew I hadn't. The fear that someone or something was waiting just beyond the fence, patiently watching, lingered like a chill. I put in my notice that week. Some places just have a bad feeling about them. And that old manufacturing plant, especially Warehouse 7 and the dark road behind it, had a feeling that went beyond mere unease. It felt like something was always listening, always waiting, just out of sight. I still sometimes wake up in the dead of night, imagining I hear a faint scratch, 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 just outside my window.